What's going on, guys? Welcome to another rendition of Soccerholics TV. You got myself, René, you got Ben, you got Billy, and today's topic we're going to discuss diving. I'm not talking about, professional synchronized swimming. Bang, Jason stated what he used to do before he acted diving. I'm talking about on the pitch. Is it an art form or is it a crime? Ben, I'm going to throw it to you.
I am just really disgusted with the whole thing, to be honest with you, man. I mean, when someone dives, it's basically they are cheating the game, and I just feel like that's wrong. You can't. I don't think it's fair for you to dive and cheat in the game to get an extra point or an extra advantage, or again a free kick or a penalty when you just don't deserve it. There are players out there that do it really, really well, like Oscar performance well, and mostly they're European. But from the English point of view, the first person that comes to mind is Ashley Young, Man United striker. He did it a lot, didn't he? When David Moyes.
It must be noted that you are an Arsenal fan.
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Okay, just
throwing
that out there.
But I follow other teams, and when David Moyes is in charge, he came down on Ashley Young a lot in the media because he was just, he won a lot of penalties for diving, and it's wrong. It's just it just takes away the spirit of the game, and you're there to play in a professional manner and not cheat. You're supposed to use your skills and not try and get an unfair fair advantage.
You're saying it's wrong. Whose fault is it?
Whose fault is it? It's the person's fault. It's
the player's fault.
The player's fault. Definitely the player's fault, because I've seen some horrendous ones, mainly coming from Serie A. The Italians, they're just if someone nudges them, they're just and they just fall and do
you don't agree with it, but would you take it if that was you're an Arsenal fan like me?
Yeah.
We're going in semi-final of a cup.
Yeah.
Player dives, you get a penalty against Chelsea or some of the big boys like that. Would you take it and cheer the penalty and be happy that we've won the game? I know I would. I'm against diving, but if it comes to my club and we need to, I don't care we win the game. As long as we end up winning that game. No one remembers you want to go for a dive. They remember Arsenal winning the FA Cup, not the guy that dives in the semi-final or quarter-final to get you there.
Yes and no, but then people will look back and go, well, you only won that because you're playing.
Yeah, they might say that for the first few months. After that, it's history, it's gone. They always see it as 2015 Cup winners Arsenal. Yeah. So I would take it any day. I will. It's not a good thing for the game at all to see players dive in the box and win penalties.
It's not.
For your team, I don't give a shit how we win the game. As long as we win the game.
Yeah.
I think we're all consistent throughout the board that diving is not something that's beautiful in the game. It's definitely not something that you necessarily want to see. But the question at hand is, we're differing. Is it an art or is it a crime? Now, you're saying that it's a crime. You're saying that you really just don't give a shit because as long as whatever happens, happens. You have to look back on how the referees treat it. Okay. The point is, I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's an art because the players that do it well, Cristiano Ronaldo, my favorite player, Neymar Jr., I can't pronounce your first name. Robin. Aaron Robin. These guys do it so well, but these guys are miles ahead of the game. And why? Because they know exactly how the game is played.
Yeah,
they know that FIFA does not tell its refs to let the players play. They don't. I've seen a couple of these games, but you haven't seen a game where it's physical and players are getting into it. Refs are calling everything. And when you have these players that know exactly how the game is played and they're diving, they know the ref is going to call it. So why are we going to rip on these guys when these guys are exploiting the system that employed them?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, so then we're going to go back to what the question is, art or crime. It's definitely an art for the player to get away with it and the referee to give it them advantage. It's definitely an art.
Who are you going to blame? Who are you going to blame? Are you going to blame the player for doing something that he can get away with? Getting paid millions of dollars so that his team can win the
They don't always get away with it, though, do they? They never always get away with it. You see a lot of yellow cards now.
Yeah, but
you see it happen a lot.
Okay, the ratio of successful dives and yellow cards after dives.
I reckon it's 50-50.
No,
I don't understand.
What are you watching? No way.
I'm just saying that it just takes away. It just takes away the game. Like, imagine when you're 11 years of age.
It does.
When you're 11 years of age and you're playing in a sports team, right? Kids don't dive at all.
They don't.
There we go. And the coach coach ain't going to go to the 11-year-old and go, hey, listen, try and perfect.
Yeah, but this ain't 11-year-old because this is big money games involved.
Yeah,
Champions League finals and stuff like that.
But they're brought up to respect the rules of the game. Is what I'm saying. They're brought up to respect the rules of the game. When you start,
it's called a beautiful game for a reason.
I know, but when you start doing things that are considered in my eyes and some of the fans' eyes is like a really unprofessional thing, it just takes away the spirit of the game.
No, see, unprofessional is one thing. Okay, I think we're on the same page. Because you're trying to convince me that diving is bad. I think diving is bad. I don't like diving. No one likes diving. Everybody wants their team to win the honorable way.
Yeah.
Okay? Like for example, in Brazil, I'm a huge Brazil fan. When Fred dived in the World Cup and he got that penalty shot, like everyone's like, oh, but Fred dived. I'm like, yeah, but we won. Like that's the way that I felt. But we won at the end of the game. What we need to figure out who are we going to blame? Are we actually going to blame these players? You can't.
Well, who are you going to blame? Who are you going to blame?
You have to blame FIFA.
Why are you going to blame FIFA?
Why are we going to blame FIFA?
We blame
because
they're
decided
to hire referees and say, here's what you should be cracking down or not.
They do that. They're trying to
crack
down on diving.
I don't think you should be cracking down on diving necessarily, but you need to let the players play physically. All these games are pampered way too much.
I'll give you so just to sort of a while here. We know the game of cricket, right? When a bowler bowls and they go with the LBW, the bowlers shout and go, "How's that?" And in that split second, they're basically saying to the umpire, "Okay, yeah, we'll give it an LBW." What I'm saying is the player is
I have no clue what you're talking about because I don't follow cricket.
Sorry, I'm saying that in the segue, the player is selling it so much that in that split decision, the referee's like, "Oh God, what do I do? Okay, I'll give it," and blows the whistle. That's my point, and they shouldn't do that. They're lying.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not.
I know.
I'm not disagreeing.
No, but
with
we're saying who do we blame? That's what I'm saying. I'm blaming the players because the players are the ones that sell it.
No, and that I wholeheartedly disagree.
You become an actor. You're like,
who do you blame? Who do you blame?
You're blaming FIFA.
I'm blaming FIFA. I'm blaming FIFA because you're not letting. You're instructing these refs that as soon as there's a little bit of a shirt pull, as soon as there's a little bit of contact, you're going to call a foul. And if I'm a player and I know that. As soon as I feel a bit of a shirt tug, I'm gonna go down on the ground. Why would I stand up?
No, but it's a contact sport. Why? It's a contact sport because you can argy and bargy when you're running for a ball. You're not gonna be like over here and you're over there.
I agree.
You can't blame FIFA for this. FIFA are trying to crack down on this as much as they can.
Yeah, it's not. I definitely.
Oh my God.
But the game of football's obviously changed a lot. And
God.
I don't think did diving used to happen 25 years ago.
No, it didn't. That's the thing. Like Stanley Matthews,
right?
Legendary, and George Best, all those iconic players. There was none of that.
Known for their toughness.
None of that. No, but there was none. It was no like diving. No trying to.
Because as soon as you dived, a referee wouldn't call it. And who do you think controls the referee's mindset? The players on the field or the people upstairs telling them exactly what to call and what not to call?
No, we didn't play. There's no one talking upstairs. We were in the.
Not literally staircase.
No. Yeah. Okay, good. I was like,
fans are asking for protection. I mean, Hazard's been saying to the refs, they need more protection. They're worth so much now, these players. They get a crunching tackle out 25 years ago. They go out for a year. It's millions of dollars they're wasting. So these players do need more protection. Some of them do need protection.
I get. No,
sure. I like a physical game more than anyone. These players do need.
Yeah.
How can you?
So you're saying that FIFA is actually someone is a body that should be praised for trying to crack down on diving? You don't think they're responsible for diving at all?
I think they're trying to crack down.
You don't think the game has changed in that anything that represents any kind of physical contact and a referee blows it, it's not FIFA's fault. It's the player for falling down.
It's not FIFA's fault because the referee is trained to be a referee, right? So he knows the rules of the game. So in that split decision, in that moment in time, when the player goes down, the referee has to make the decision, right?
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, he's trying to do his job, but the player is basically trying to get him to say, he's making such a meal of the dive.
Yes.
The referee's like, okay.
What you got to look at is this is going to happen no matter what.
The referee's weak.
How can we stop this happening? So if you go and start banning players for a long time for doing a dive, like you get caught diving, 3 or 4 game ban. The club fines and wages and stuff like that. Maybe that will stop them diving all of a sudden. But as well, you got to think in the player's mind. Do the players go out there and think I'm going to dive today? Probably not. The situation comes and they think.
Yes, I think they do.
No, they do. I agree with René. If a player knows he's going to get away with it, then he'll go down. So
I have a question. Okay, let's say 2 teams are playing, and within the first 30 minutes of the game, there's a lot of contact, and the referee is not calling anything. No foul.
Okay.
Do you actually think that the players are going to continue diving, knowing that the referee isn't going to call anything?
What do you mean? Sorry, what do you mean?
So let's say for the first 30 minutes of the soccer game,
yeah,
there's been a lot of physical contact. People are diving like they usually do, and the referee doesn't call anything.
All right.
No foul. He's letting the players play.
Okay.
Do you think the players are going to be like, okay, I'm going to try to continue diving so I can sneak one in, or do you think they're going to be like, hey, I'm going to just keep playing the game and I'm going to not dive? Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know. That's different. It's hard to.
The way to do it is yellow card.
What I'm trying to
say, you yellow card them, right, and then that's just cut the diving out throughout the game. Okay, that people should look up. The referee's on it.
The answer is not consequences. The answer is not yellow card for diving.
Oh, it has to be. You have to.
It's not fines. It's not fines.
Okay.
It's telling the referees to let the players play.
Right.
I'm telling you, man. I've played the game for a real long time. You guys have probably played the game for a long time. Okay, if you play a game for 40 minutes and you have a referee that you know is not gonna call anything stupid like a shirt pull or anything, you know you have to play physical.
Okay, but I've never dived because I was a goalkeeper. So oh, he pushed me. Oh no, it was a corner flag. No, but I'm saying, sorry, going back to the Ashley Young thing. Ashley Young, most of his dives, where do they happen? In the penalty box.
Yes.
Right. So in that respect. That's a bad person because he's like
he's a bad person.
He's a bad role model. He's not a role model for the game. No. Because he's basically saying, I'm going to get to the box.
I'll give you another example. You're talking about fines. You're talking about discipline.
That's the only way you can kick it out of the game.
Okay, let's talk about Luis Suarez. Okay, the man's been fined, suspended, disciplined, basically like I don't even know, like
different issue.
Basically deported. Okay,
that's for biting and that's more physical.
Okay, but listen,
he was hungry. He was hungry.
There's a problem.
Listen, he bit the first time to get an advantage. I don't know what kind of advantage Suarez is going to get out of this, but he got it. And he got suspended and he got fined and whatever. Second time he bit again. Third time, it's. What I'm trying to get is in the heat of the moment.
In his mind, yeah. He's not doing this on purpose either.
And people do that in different ways. Suarez does it by biting. Neymar does it by diving. Robin does it by diving.
Yeah.
Suarez, in the heat of the moment, said, hey, what's better? I bite this guy and I give my team an advantage. Whatever advantage is going through Suarez is the same mind. Or
what advantage is he giving?
What I'm trying to say okay, is that these fines and these suspensions mean nothing in the heat of the moment. If you have to make a decision, you will make a decision that will advantage your team. And we've seen it time and time again. Robin has been, I don't know if he's been suspended, but he's been disciplined for diving. Yeah. And in the 2014 World Cup, he goes and he dives against Mexico. Clearly not a penalty, but he did it. And then he had the audacity. This is why, Robin, you are such a boss. You told everybody that you dived. You told everybody that you dived.
Don't praise Robin.
I do, because he's a master. He knows exactly how to milk the game.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
He knows the rules and he knows how to play within them.
I know. I'm just saying.
Well, there's a lot of time they say that the players. I see it a lot of time they say they haven't dived. They're expecting a challenge. Mm-hmm. And when you anticipate a challenge, you go over it with it.
Yeah.
Is that still count as diving to you? Would that still count as a dive?
Okay, the act of diving is like if you have not been, you know,
yeah, but it's something
you can still stand up and still stand up.
Anticipating going over, and all of a sudden they've gone.
That's a great question. So like if I pull your shirt, you feel the pull and you fall on the ground, is that a dive? Of course it is.
Yeah,
that's still diving. But you're being intellectual in that knowing that as soon as the ref sees that pull and you fall down, it's going to be a penalty shot.
That's definitely a dive because the force of someone pulling you would have to go for the best actor nomination and go, oh, he pulled my shirt and went down. Compared to a clip on the foot, you're going to feel that more because it's just the pace of the game and where you are and the position. So I just feel. At the end of the day, it's a crime. Sorry.
All right. Well, is it diving or is it not diving? Is it an art or is it a crime? Let us know. Do you disagree with one of us? Do you disagree with all of us? Do you like me? Do you not like me? Do you hate all of us?
Do you agree with me or Billy? Say agree.
Please agree. Anyways, yeah, that's all the time we have. Please subscribe if you like us, and if you don't, subscribe us out of sheer pity.
Yeah.
Comment below if you disagree with us. In the meantime, on behalf of Billy, Ben, myself, this is Soccerholics, and we'll see you guys next time.